What's up, guys? I've been having a lot of fun going back to my classic bread and butter stuff on the channel here, sliding bench trainers, some adjustable dumbbells, even bands. But I get this question often. People ask me, what are my favorite pieces of equipment if I was starting over again? Of course, my stuff changes a little bit. But also, not only that, what are my favorite pieces alongside certain body parts? So I'm going to address that here really quickly because that was kind of going through my head as I was doing this right now. And again, those same thoughts of like, wish I could strip some of the stuff away and make room for my bread and butter. What would those things be? One of which I'm sitting on right now that I've said in recent months, this thing was getting pushed out because of the equipment and also being in this garage gym space. I do stand by, and especially recently, the more I've been using this, going back to my old school workouts, at least that you've been seeing on the channel, this is for sure my favorite upper body piece of equipment because I feel like I can do so much on it. Not only that, it also feels really good, but there is for sure, and I've said this before many times, there's a learning curve, and with that, I feel like there's kind of like a skill or there's a little more engagement when I do the exercises. So I just feel like for all those reasons, the Total Gym is up there as my favorite upper body piece of equipment. If I was starting over again, I would buy this, for me personally, hands down. So chest, back exercises, especially lat pull downs, arms, this thing is excellent. Isolation shoulder exercises, especially throwing on some things with this new bench with extension and chains makes a big difference. Even bands, throwing bands on this thing, you can add external weight plates, resistance bands. So not only that, the resistance and the ways you can vary resistance is very versatile. Resistance bands, I think primarily I like them again, more for upper body stuff, specifically arms, really some back stuff too, a little bit of shoulders, but I'd say primarily arms, specifically biceps, and I'd say back, but I also use this thing as an accessory tool, anchoring it up to my functional trainer just for assisted pull-ups. Also works out good. Putting my collar hooks on here too as an anchor point in a variety of exercises, so I can use it on the sliding bench trainer. Of course, I also use a variety of bars, and the collar hooks can go on any kind of bar, so I use my thick bar too recently. Those are kind of number two. I guess I'm going to make an order here. Number three for sure is my adjustable dumbbells. I said many times this was a staple, but I think you're really missing out if using and/or sliding bench trainer and bands. You got to get some adjustable dumbbells. I think adjustable dumbbells, for me personally, I do those, maybe a hot take, over a barbell and squat rack because again, for me personally, I really only using the barbell primarily for squatting. Squatting, I think, is primarily just for my glutes and quadriceps specifically, but not to jump ahead here, the adjustable dumbbells, the Iron Masters, I do not regret those. I just got that question the other day, do I regret getting those versus the Pepins? I do not, because I really love and value the weight. Not because I'm gonna go over 150 pounds, but there's a lot of versatile stuff you can do with their kettlebell, the versatility of the machine, just some other creative exercises if you wanted to load up some external free weight and not necessarily need a squat rack. So that was kind of in the right order here. Sliding bench trainer, bands number two, adjustable dumbbells number three. I don't know if I'm making a top five or not, we'll see. But as far as free weights, definitely adjustable dumbbells, specifically the Iron Master. My squat rack functional trainer, I really just don't use it. Of course, this is really nice to have. I really only use this primarily for squatting, again, like I said, but that would be it. Doing it over again, I really only need that for my legs, primarily glutes and quadriceps. I'll get to the number five here in a second, but otherwise, I like that thing the most for tricep press downs. I can do triceps with bands, dumbbells, and a sliding bench trainer, but I think the best thing I love as far as in this gym, what hits my triceps ideally for me, is gonna be a cable weight stack, tricep press down, or be some sort of a free weight stack, which if you don't want to get a functional trainer, that's the other thing, is one of these standalone top or bottom pulley like the Iron Master I have over here, or this really cheap one I've covered recently. That's another option you could do. If I had that, I'd be very comfortable, again, assuming I have a barbell for a rack. But even if I didn't have a barbell for loading my legs, I often kind of think of that. Of course, I could use my resistance bands, but I do like loading with free weights. So there are a number of novel ways, of course, that you could really work your legs. I'm thinking like dumbbell lunges, variety of dumbbell exercises, like RDLs, and you can squat a number of different ways using dumbbells. But I still prefer classic, just deep squatting. I love just doing that. Recently, I was doing that for high repetitions, moderate weight or lightweight. Felt great. And then number five, I didn't think I'd ever say this, but for me, just because I don't think I really hit my hamstrings as well unless I do not have a leg curl machine. So I'd say leg extension, leg curl. Don't regret getting that. I don't necessarily think you have to get the Titan one, like that's so special. I think a lot of them are actually doing similar functions and might save you a lot of money. I'm looking at reviewing some other ones for other options for you guys, the ones that are more budget friendly. But I think honestly the basic features for me, I think it works great for my quadriceps and hamstrings. I've definitely seen some growth on just using that one piece of machinery. Other leg stuff I've covered before, but I'd say totally honest, I don't use that stuff that often, at least my leg press. Squat max is off camera right now. Definitely be remiss if I did not include the Quantum Trainer in this mix because of all the different lever-based machines I've used. This thing really replicates all the different compound exercises that I would do in the gym for upper and lower body. So you guys haven't been seeing these lately. I've said this before because I've disassembled it, got some brand new attachments for it you guys are gonna see in the near future. But once I make a better space for this in this home gym, where it's not gonna be hitting my cars or anything, you're gonna be seeing this soon. No, I've been trying to do more isometrics. And I think my favorite isometrics machine, while I do use the Bullworkers, I say that's like my favorite couch tool. Probably the one that just engages me the most is this very weird, extremely expensive Isokinetor. I can't really explain why it feels so good. There's something about these reference points and this little give that it has that is very deceiving, that makes you wanna just put enough effort into it that is really unmatched. And I should say, even for a chest exercise, one of the best chest pumps you're gonna get immediately, and I've said this in some other past coverage of this, is this crossover squeeze right there. I mean, it just lights you up right away. I actually can make this a little harder. And this thing is very deceiving. This thing gets very tough. But as far as isometrics, that's just something else I want to do more of, and this is my favorite isometrics device, at least one of them. So all I have to say, starting over again, what I would get for sure: sliding bench trainer, some resistance bands, adjustable dumbbells, maybe just a barbell, but that for a squat rack just for squatting purposes, leg extension, leg curl, and I gotta play with some isometrics and also suspension trainers. That I'm gonna get back into. I'm promising a lot of you guys. But that's really it though, guys. Going back to the roots here a little bit, and as much as I said this the whole year, I've been saying I'm trying to experiment other things, but really the classic stuff that I was sticking to initially is still where I find has the best workouts, especially going back to my old school workouts. A lot of you guys are asking other questions about that stuff, and I'll be filling you guys in the future. You guys wanna see more videos and content along those lines, gonna deliver on that, but let me know what you wanna see. Let me know your comments, feedback down below, and I will see you on the next video.